What are you getting after? What seeds are you planting? What are you overcoming? Think big. Think even bigger. Take some risks. God's got your back. Go for it. Don't hold back. Don't ever have regrets in your life. Go fail. Go grow from those things. Live your life.
Your identity is not defined by your successes or your failures.
If you're not happy where you're at, you won't be happy where you're going. Choose to do the things that will make you the person you want to be, that will make you a better person next week and next year.
You're going to have to leave some things you're actually good at behind so that you can find what you're wired for, what you're born for.
Being a world-class entrepreneur is being in every area of life excellent.
It is the little things that are so easy not to do.
The best thing that you can do is assume the best in people.
I want people around the world to believe they can do something great with their life.
If I build the biggest business, but I destroy my physical body and I lose my health, I don't think that's success. While you're on the journey climbing to success, never forget the things that matter most.
We're back with another episode of the Heart Healthy Hustle Show. The title of the show is main point of it is this. If you're just getting into the internet space, the online space, podcasting, do you remember when blogs first came out 5 years later? Oh, everyone has a blog. Let me ask you a question. If you have a side hustle, or even if it's your main hustle, do you want to look fancy or make money in 2020? Let me gear this episode right up front and just say it's for the person who's trying their best to start a personal brand, even starting a company in 2020. So it's a new company, it's a new endeavor, a new hustle that you're doing. Maybe you even started a little LLC and you're going out, you're making money, you're doing really well. Here's why I'm gearing this episode to you, if that's you. If you're thinking about starting something or you're in the process of starting your own thing, whether it's a blog, a podcast, a company, a business, a consultant, do you want to look fancy or do you want to make money in 2020? So many people, I'm saying this from experience. It's not going to be fun to hear this. For someone listening out there, I wish somebody had told me this sooner. I did, thankfully, through my own research, find out about this concept early on enough to course correct and adjust and not waste a ton of time or money up front. I'm seeing a trend more and more now, though, than ever before, where you're seeing elaborate job titles for your own startup without a clear business plan to generate revenue. Point is, I don't want to say don't do it, don't go for it. I'm sharing this because you're seeing a trend nowadays where is it about posturing your own ego to look important and to have a fancy title for your own startup, or is it about making money and serving your client? If you had to choose one or the other, the second will yield positive revenue generating results. Even if it's a boring job title at an established company, if that's making you money and funds your startup, buying business cards. And this is the easiest trap. I've fallen victim to it multiple times. One of my past LLCs, I bought more equipment than was necessary up front. It's easier to avoid it right up front. Going into 2020, more and more people than ever before are online. More and more people than ever before are starting things up because they realize how accessible, how easy, how possible all of it is now. That being said, I would challenge you to stay clear on if you don't have a clear business plan to generate revenue, but you have a cool title, cool, flashy, fancy things, is exciting. I'm seeing more and more of that versus boring job title person who doesn't talk, who just gets it done, makes the money, and lives humbly and successful life. I'm just being honest. Nothing wrong with starting your own thing. I don't want people to hear this and be discouraged from that. I'm simply saying if you are starting your own thing, have a very clear business plan to generate revenue and make that your focus more so than being fancy and looking cool. Again, the question I'll leave you with is, do you want to look fancy or do you want to make money? If you could do both, great. That's even cooler. If you can do one or the other, I would choose the latter, even if it's a boring job title at an established company. If it's funding your startup, focus hard on that. From my experience, I don't believe it's worth your time to put more focus into creating a startup and enjoying the job title and talking about it with spending your reserves on creating cool promotional materials versus sitting down for free and generating a very productive and healthy business plan that generates revenue. Even if this is a side hustle, even if it's an LLC that is your second hustle, whatever you want to call it. I'm sharing this because, again, this advice helped me so much to just let go of certain things that were complete vanity when I was getting into this online space up front in the beginning. It is so much more important to focus in on your craft. It is so much more important to focus in on the meat and potatoes than it is on the garnishes. And so many of us will focus on the garnish because we think that'll get the attention, that'll get people in. Maybe it will, but did you ever think about what happens after they eat through the garnishes? Then what are your meat potatoes looking like if they're undercooked or they're not, steamy and warm, fresh and really seasoned well and clear that you took a lot of time and hours and dedication into perfecting it and really creating something that's very worthwhile and serving your clientele so well? People will leave. Think about that anyway. Even if you do choose to go the fancy route, before you go the meat and potato route, for lack of better words, I think it's a pretty clear picture that you want to work from the inside out and don't be fearful about, I want to feel important right up front and let people know what I'm doing. I can just let you know from experience that I'm so grateful for letting all that stuff go. It's so much more fulfilling then when you actually do get a positive affirmation because it's based on true, genuine efforts that you've put in to developing your craft and serving your customers. I'm going to close the episode with that. Have a great week. Crush it. Stay grateful. As always, live wide open and Godspeed. Congratulations on making it to the end of this episode. What about this episode stood out to you? Next, I need your help sharing this show. I want this podcast to impact and reach 6,000 people per episode by August 31st, 2019. And I want us to reach 15,000 people per month by March 29th, 2020. Have you been enjoying multiple episodes of The Heart Healthy Hustle? I'm thrilled to share with you an exclusive invitation to join our new Facebook community. To get to know other Heart Healthy Hustlers, simply go to thehearthealthyhustle.com/Facebook, where you can expect to see different members of our community being featured weekly in Facebook Live calls. I appreciate all of your love and support, and I will see you in the next episode. As always, be generous on every occasion. There is a story for you, and live wide open.